And it's gonna be more than a silent night. I wanna be wrapped up in your love this Christmas. This Christmas. I wanna be wrapped up in your love this Christmas. This Christmas. We already know what time of year it is. It's the season of love, I'ma give you so much. It ain't coming down your chimney, no. It'll be right here in between the sheets. Oh, the fireplace is lit.
Somebody give you all this passion, and tonight my love making's everlasting. Oh, we about to have the greatest sex. Yeah. Release how you feel till there is none left. Oh, that's called bedroom precipitation. Just make it rain, girl. Soaking wet for me.
Girl, it's soaking wet and it's bad for real. And rain.
Peace and love, peace and love. Y'all can tell I'm layered up this morning, bundled up. It's a bit of a nip outside today. So, got my layers popping. So I just dropped my daughters off at school, and I haven't made a video in a couple days. I actually was planning on making a video yesterday based on a situation that happened yesterday, but I ended up on a phone call all the way to work, so I didn't make the video. So I decided I would speak on it today. So I have recently, as a matter of fact, on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, I had a final rehearsal with Blueprint Band for a gig that we had on Saturday in Tifton, Georgia. It was a pretty big deal. I think the biggest deal I've done with them yet, I think, as far as amount of songs. This particular show was 35 songs. So this was the most songs I've played in one particular gig, really in my whole life, you know. So we had our final rehearsal on Tuesday, and following the rehearsal, myself and two other band members ended up in conversation just about a lot of different topics, but one topic that kind of took, I guess, kind of became the topic of discussion, like the main topic, and what we spent the most time talking about was like a commitment to music. Both of the other guys are involved heavily, like in the music education side of it. Like they are studied. One recently graduated. I'm not even sure exactly what type of musical degree was earned, but it definitely was some sort of degree. The other is currently enrolled in classes. So, long story short, we were having conversation about that, like, you know, just taking your musicianship to the next level. And, you know, some of the language that they were using, I didn't recognize. I understood some things, but a lot of it was foreign to me. So as I'm listening, I'm like, man, I feel left out, you know, not really knowing it. So, I mean, we were out there. It was late Tuesday night when we actually wrapped up and got out of there. I think I got home maybe 1 or 2 Wednesday morning, actually. So it was a lengthy rehearsal, and then you know, we talked for over an hour. Then I actually stopped and ate at Waffle House. So it was a long night. But this was the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, going into Wednesday morning. So Wednesday morning, you know, I went to work, did my usual thing, and after work, you know, I had a rehearsal that night at church. It was a busy day, but my brain was constantly going about the music education and you know, the fact that I've never involved myself or gotten into any deep levels of music education. And it was just, you know, just on my brain and just thinking like, man, I think I want that. I think I want to be better. I want to grow as a musician. So I began to kind of, you know, just think heavily on the idea of me doing it and wondering what was available out there. And that was kind of Wednesday. Wednesday I went to a family fish fry. So just the day kind of was long, and you know, I just had a long day on Tuesday. So Thursday is Thanksgiving, and you know, just there's a lot going on, you know. But Thursday evening, as I'm with family doing the Thanksgiving thing, excuse me, I found myself thinking about the music education more and more and more, and I'm like, man, you know what? I just started Googling and looking up stuff and trying to find something. And I'm telling a long story to get to what my point is for the video, because that's not the point. But I just want to give y'all backstory. So Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, I end up finding an introduction to music theory class, a 6-week class through Berkeley University, which is a very well-known music school. I find that, and I began the process of trying to sign up. In doing so, I realized or find out that the class actually starts Thanksgiving Day. So I sign up, and you know, we're still doing the family thing, Thanksgiving thing. So, you know, I sign up, but it's like, it's just too much going on for me to actually dive in. So as soon as I get home, which is around maybe 10 or 11 or so, I get in. I get in because the class actually started on Thanksgiving Day. So I get in and just, you know, make sure that that I show up. You know, it's online, and that I get my course materials and all that kind of stuff like that. So I do that. And so I've been in this introduction to music theory class since Thanksgiving Day, and today is the following Thursday. So this is December 1st. Okay, so on yesterday though, November 30th, was supposed to be my first virtual class, where, you know, like a Zoom class, where everybody in the class was supposed to be there, you know. So like, I'm so anxious because I've been so excited about this class. I've been like yesterday would have just concluded week 1. Well, yesterday for me concluded week 2, because I've been going through the material and doing all of the work. I've made 200s on both quizzes. I got 100 on the week 1 quiz, 13 out of 13. I got 100 on the week 2 quiz, 15 out of 15. So I've been excited. I've been amped up. I've been proud of me, and really pumped about doing something, and pursuing this. So yesterday morning, I was supposed to have this class from 8:30 to 9:30, and I'm so anxious. Like I mean, it's almost like not being able to sleep on Tuesday night because I'm just so ready, to meet some other students that are on this journey as well. And so yesterday morning, Wednesday morning, I'm on there 10 minutes early. I'm logged into the class at 8:20. I'm present. I'm super pumped. And I'm still getting myself ready for work because as soon as class is over, I got to shoot to work. I got to train somebody at work. So, man, I'm sitting in this class. Time ticking, 8:30 comes, still nothing. 8:35, 8:40, 8:45, 8:50, 8:55, 9 o'clock. 9:05, nobody ever shows up to the class. I'm the only one in the class. I even go to the comments or message space and I'm like, is anybody here? I never see any other heads pop up, and it was just like the whole hour went by and no one ever showed up. No one but me. Not even a professor, I mean, nobody showed up. And I know some people say, well, are you sure that you had the class? Well, yes, I'm sure. I got an email notification, email confirmation. I got a Google Calendar thing where it automatically saved it in my Google Calendar. Every Wednesday from 8:30 to 9:30 is the virtual class. So, said all that to say, the point of this video is, as I was there yesterday, it's like my level of excitement was steadily decreasing as time went on, because I was realizing, or I was starting to believe that no one was gonna come, no one was gonna show up, seeing that it might just be me. And I wasn't quite sure how I was feeling about that. I mean, because I was so excited about it. I was so pumped. I was so ready to meet some other classmates, only to find that it was just me. And I reached out to one of my brothers who I had shared, that I was in the class. He's a drummer. And I had reached out to him and just because we had a conversation about us both, really wanting to take our music to the next level. And so I told him about the class that I had found, and he was trying to find like a drum class that he could join. And so I had reached out to him to ask him, if he had any luck finding a class. And he ended up calling me, and that was the reason I was on the phone and not able to make this video yesterday. But I was telling him how I was so excited, and then it just kind of went to nobody showed up but me. But I told him, as I was telling him the story, I began to understand something. It's like, as I was saying the words to him, telling him how I was feeling, like I was like, overall, it didn't discourage me from wanting to be in the class. It just kind of made me feel a way that, man, I was the only one there. Like, man, I would have liked to have at least heard from some other people how they're enjoying the class, how things are working for them. You know, like seeing everyone else's progress, hearing their stories, and you know, just knowing that somebody else is in this walk with me, someone else is on this journey with me. And when no one showed up and I was there a whole hour and 10 minutes because I was there 10 minutes early, it was just, it kind of made me feel away. It made me feel away. But, you know, I'm still excited about the class overall. I'm proud of what I'm doing. Like I said, I made those hundreds, and I'm starting week 3 today, where the class is just starting week 2. I've already made up my mind that as soon as I finish this class, I'm signing up for another class. Like, I've already made up my mind. There's a blues class, or blues piano class that I want to take. There's a jazz piano class that I want to take. Just things that will expand my mind, expand my understanding as a musician, which will allow me to do a lot more in my playing. There are a lot of people who have always complimented my playing or said that they feel that I play well, but in my opinion, I felt like, you know, I'm okay, you know, but there's so much more I could learn, so much more to understand, and, you know, I'm now taking those steps to push myself, better myself, and really step it up, elevate. So I'm excited overall, but my point and what I really wanted to say yesterday was, in talking to my brother, I realized that sometimes in life, the reality is you may be the only one. In the event that you are the only one, are you prepared to go at it alone? Like, can you handle the idea of you having to do it alone? Are you okay with the idea that you may have to do it alone? And that was like, yesterday was like, that was a heavy thought. I think that if any time in my life that I've been able to do it alone, I think that now would be that time, because of what I know now, because of what I understand now. There have been times in my past where I have done things alone, you know, and I've been successful, even with limited knowledge and limited understanding. But I strongly believe that with where I am now, with what I understand now, with what I believe now, with what I know now, with the truth that I understand now, I believe now more than ever, I'm probably in the best place I've ever been to do it alone. I'm more prepared than ever to go at it alone. And I think that I needed to be reminded of that on yesterday. Who I am and what I'm capable of. Yeah, it bothered me that I was the only one that showed up for the class, but you know what? The other thing I thought about is like, given the way that I signed up and like starting immediately the same day, like, I mean, who's to say that lots of people signed up to start a class on Thanksgiving Day? That might not be a day. The next available date, if I didn't start on Thanksgiving, was January 1st, I believe it was. And it's like, you know, like I felt at that moment like I didn't want to put it off and wait a long time to start. I was just thinking like, man, I'm ready to do this now. Like, I'll start today. You know, I've already eaten Thanksgiving dinner, so I felt like, why not start now? Why not do it now? Why wait? Why push it off? Why push it back? Why delay it? Just go ahead and do it. And that's what I did. So I'm happy with my decision. I'm happy about the class. I'm happy about my progress. Even though no one showed up in the class, it's not like I'm not struggling in the class. At least I haven't experienced anything yet that has made me say, oh my goodness. If anything, I'm already seeing the benefits, the rewards of what I've done thus far. And I've done all of that alone, because there has not been any interaction with the professor. The class is like pretty much, it's self-propelled. So like, they actually have an app for it. So I log into the app, and then it kind of picks up where I left off. So like, if I were to get on there now, it would be like, in this next lesson, we will learn, like you read, you will learn these concepts, these, you know, You will be able to, by the end of this class, by the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify, blah, blah, blah. You will be able to right? And then it's got like at the bottom, it's got previous or next. And so I can go previous and go backwards, or I can go next and move forward. I go to next, and then it's like, it loads up a video. And there's like a pre-recorded professor, like a YouTube video. So the professor talks. It might be a 5-6 minute video, 7-minute video, where they talk and explain certain concepts and principles. Then you get to do like a sample question. Not a sample question. I don't know what you call it. Test question. Not a test though. Like a question based on what you just watched. You know, it might be one question, and then it might be another video of, you know, okay, this is the concept. I'm gonna give you some examples, and now that you understand it, I want you at the end of this video to tell me. I'm gonna do 6 examples, and you tell me, is it this or that, you know, based on whatever the concept was. So it's self-propelled though. So I go through, I learn the stuff, and then I practice it on my piano, and you know, I have to write certain things. You have to write out scales, write out notes, write out chords, stuff like that. You know, it provides you with staff paper, which is the paper that you write music on. You know, it provides that. I can print it out on my printer, and then I do my lesson. I write whatever I need to write, you know, and then it's like, then you'll get to the final video of the class, where it's like, all right, now this is like this is let's review what we learned in this lesson. And then when you review, there's gonna be a test. It might be more example videos along, you know, in the lesson. I'm just saying, thus far I've only done 2 lessons, 2 weeks, because there's supposed to be like a week-long lesson to do everything. It's got like homework assignments with it. But I just buckle in. You're supposed to do commit to 15 minutes a day, but I just lock in, and I've been locked in. And my point is, like, I've done all of this thus far with no teacher. I haven't spoken to a professor. I haven't been able to ask questions. Thank God. I think the fact that I've already been playing piano for so many years, a lot of the concepts, I get them. I understand them. You know, I may not have always known the terminology or the, you know, the political terms, but not political terms, the actual terms. But I've done a lot of the things, and a lot of years of playing, like, I've already done a lot of these things. I just never knew what they were called. I've never identified them by the name that they actually are. I've just kind of done things with no idea. You know, I've always used the example of like drumline, where Nick Cannon was able to play very well, but when it came to reading or, you know, being able to understand what he was doing, he didn't know what he was doing. He just had a gift. And I think that's kind of where I've always been. So now these classes, it's doing stuff that I already know. It's just giving me the correct terminology for everything. It's like, oh, okay, so I get it. So I haven't really had questions yet, thank God. So, said all that to say, are you prepared to go at it alone? I'm prepared. I feel that this is deeper than a music class. I think it's like a lesson for life, and you know, just, and you're not always gonna have somebody riding with you. You're not always gonna have somebody co-signing you. You're not gonna always have somebody by your side supporting you. You're not gonna always have somebody to uplift you. You're not gonna always have somebody to push you. You're not gonna always have somebody to motivate you. But can you find it within yourself to push yourself, to motivate yourself, to educate yourself, to know for yourself, to learn by yourself, to sit by yourself, to ride by yourself, to go through troubles and situations by yourself? Not saying that you will have to every time, but can you handle it if you have to do it by yourself? Are you okay with being by yourself sometimes? So I thank God for that experience on yesterday, you know, to be let down, you know, by no other classmates being there. But hey, maybe no one else is in this class. Maybe I'm the only one that felt like I should sign up for a 6-week class on Thanksgiving Day. You know, am I okay with that? Can I handle that, being that guy that signed up for class to start on Thanksgiving Day? You know, so prayerfully that made sense. Prayerfully someone gains something from that, and if not, I know I definitely gained something on yesterday in understanding that there will be times that I'm gonna have to do this by myself, and I think God has equipped me with the tools and the knowledge and the know-how and the ability to push myself, motivate myself, inspire myself, if or in the event that no one else is there. If there's no one there to ask a question, if there's no one else to hold me, if there's no one else to comfort me, if there's no one else to love me, if there's no one else to support me, I got to be able to do those things for myself. I got to be able to love myself. I got to be able to believe in myself. I got to be able to push myself, motivate myself. So yeah, I'm about to go ahead and work, y'all. Peace and love. Today is haircut day. I've been letting it whoop so bad, y'all. It's been getting crazy. My hair been looking rough, y'all. But I ain't really been worried about that lately. I've been just like, man, I'm focused on so much other stuff right now. Like, this was like not, it hadn't been important to me lately. But anyway, peace and love, y'all.
Soundtrack to the